Your job will be, I'm speaking, your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but many of the president-elect's inner circle continue to spread the big lie about the 2020 election. Then we'll move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking. May I speak? You cut me off when I was speaking. When I ask you the next question,
you can speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi.
Well, I'd like to answer the previous one, Senator.
When we met yesterday,
you pointed your finger at me and said you were speaking. Let me answer my question. I'm not going to be bullied by you, Senator
Padilla. The 14th Amendment of the United States of America, which was deeply disappointing.
I guess you didn't want to hear my answer about
today
Pennsylvania.
After I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me in this committee what the Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I am confirmed as Attorney General...
You're the one asking for a confirmation vote,
ma'am. Hey, you cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I've been a state prosecutor. I've been a state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry. I was preparing for today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As part of my responsibility to ensure the fitness of all nominees, I ask the following two initial questions. First, since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement relating to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator. Senator Hirono, I wish you had met with me. Had you met with me, we could have discussed many things and gotten to know.
I am listening to you now. Could you respond to the question?
Yeah, you were the only one who refused to meet with me, Senator. But what we would have discussed is that it is the job of the Attorney General
I'm very happy to listen to your responses.
What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, y'all, this week has been interesting to watch all of Donald Trump's nominees for his administration go before Senate committees and basically sail through. I think everybody has had it pretty easy. Now, the Democrats did come out trying to swing a little piece, but couldn't land a single solitary blow on anyone. And if you rocked out with me earlier this week, you saw I live streamed the hearing of Pam Bondi. We enjoyed it. The chat was lively. The stream was lit. And I'm going to be doing something similar for the inauguration. So I advise you to tune in and chime in and get active in the chat because we keep it lit over here on this channel, y'all. But here we are, presenting to you some highlights of the hearing for Pam Bondi, where she absolutely destroyed these Democrats who thought they had something cocked and ready. They thought they had some gotcha questions. Oh, we're going to get her. We're going to get the sound bites and we're going to make the news. No, she made mincemeat out of all of them. And here we are with a little highlights for your enjoyment with the one and only Adam Schiff from the great state of California, which should signify to everyone how corrupt this state is, because ain't no way that a man who was censured by Congress should be elevated to a senator in the great state, the once great state of California.
Held, the president has absolute immunity to commit crimes in certain core areas of the president's responsibility. One of those core areas is the Justice Department. So in a breathtakingly dangerous and irresponsible decision, Justice Roberts and the majority held the president can commit crimes using the Department of Justice and be immune from prosecution. Justice Sotomayor correctly said this new immunity lies about like a loaded weapon. So the fear and the concern we have is that the incoming president will use that loaded weapon, that immunity, to commit crimes through the Department of Justice. And for that reason, it is all the more important that we have an attorney general who has the independence, the strength, the intestinal fortitude to say no to the president when it is necessary. So my first set of questions has to do whether you have the independence to say no when you must say no. And you can say this is hypothetical, but it is not hypothetical. So let me start with one very specific non-hypothetical. The president has said Jack Smith should go to jail. Will you investigate Jack Smith?
Senator, I haven't seen the file. I haven't seen the investigation. I haven't looked at anything. It would be irresponsible of me to make a commitment regarding anything without, you're a long practicing attorney, without looking at a file.
So you would need a factual predicate to open an investigation of Jack Smith, is that right?
Not a summary by you sitting here. Yes, sir.
And not a summary by the president either, right?
Absolutely.
So a summary by the president or his desire to investigate Jack Smith would not be enough for you to open an investigation of Jack Smith. Is that right?
I will look at the facts and evidence in any case. And
sitting here,
72%,
sitting here today,
Senator, 72% of Americans
please, I only have
have
7
lost
minutes.
faith in the Department of Justice.
Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith? Sitting here today, yes or no?
Senator, I will look at the facts and the circumstances.
You can't answer that
anything that's
question.
brought to me.
You're not a part of the department yet. There's no worry about divulging
I'm sitting
law
here as a
enforcement
nominee.
sensitive information. So just tell us,
I'm
are
sitting
you
here as a
aware?
nominee.
Just tell us, are you aware of a factual predicate to investigate Jack Smith? Yes or no?
Senator, what I'm hearing on the news is
Are you aware of
horrible.
a?
Do I know if
you
he
seem
committed a crime?
reluctant.
I have not
You
looked
seem
at it.
reluctant to answer a simple question. Let me ask you a different simple question. The president also wants to jail Liz Cheney. Sitting here today, are you aware of any factual basis to investigate Liz Cheney? Yes or no?
Senator, that's a hypothetical, and I'm not going to answer that
No,
question.
it's not hypothetical. I'm asking you, sitting here today, whether you are aware of a factual predicate to investigate Liz Cheney.
Senator, no one
Based
has
on what
asked
you
me
know.
to investigate Liz Cheney. That is a
The
hypothetical.
president has called for it publicly. You are aware of that, aren't you?
No one has asked me to investigate.
But the president
Liz.
has
We're
called-
also
the
worried about
president-
Liz Cheney,
the
Senator.
president has
You know
called
what we
for
should
this-
be worried about?
Ms. Bondi,
The
please
crime rate
answer
in
my
California
questions.
right now
You
is
are aware,
through the roof.
Ms. Bondi,
Your
my-
robberies
Ms.
are
Bondi,
87%
my
higher
question-
than the national
my question
average.
is this.
That's what I
My
want to
question
be
is this.
focused on, Senator.
Do you have the
if I'm
power to
confirmed
say
as
no to the
Attorney
president?
General.
And what you're suggesting today by your non-answer is you don't have the independence to say no to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It also requires you, if you're going to be a good attorney general, to be able to tell hard truths to the president. So my questions now are, can you tell hard truths to the president? So let me start with an easy truth that you could speak to the president. Can you tell him that Donald Trump lost the 2020 election? Can you say that? Do you have the independence to say that? Do you have the gravitas, the stature, the intestinal fortitude to say, Donald Trump, you lost the 2020 election? Can you tell us that here today?
Senator, what I can tell you is I will never play politics. You're trying to engage me in a gotcha. I
No,
won't
I'm just
do it.
asking you a simple
I
question.
won't play
If you can
politics
speak truth
with any
to
ongoing
power. So
investigation,
let me ask you another.
like you did
let me-
leaking your
let me ask
colleague
you-
Devin Nunes's memo.
If you can't answer the question, let me ask you a different, what should be a simple truth, not a hard one. Was there massive fraud affecting the result of the 2020 election? Yes or no?
Senator, I'm glad you asked that question. If you'll let me answer what I saw in Pennsylvania.
No, I asked a simple question about massive fraud.
I can only tell you what I saw in Pennsylvania.
I know you want a different question, but my question is, can you tell us whether there was massive fraud affecting the results of the 2020 election? Yes or no? Was there
I
or
can
was there
tell
not?
you what I saw when I went
That's
as an
not my,
advocate
that's
to
not
the
my
campaign.
question. So you can't answer that question. You can't speak that even easy truth to us, let alone to the president. So let me ask you a different question. It will also be important that you give good advice to the president. Are you prepared to advise the president not to pardon people who beat police officers?
Senator, as I said, the pardons are at the direction of the president. We will look and we will advise. I will look at every case on a
Okay,
case.
so you'll
Let me
look at-
finish on a case by case
Okay,
basis.
okay, good.
And I
let me
abhor violence to police officers.
follow up with that. So will it be your advice to the president, Mr. President? I know you said you want to issue hundreds of pardons on day one. Will it be your advice to the president? No, Mr. President, I need to go over them on a case by case basis. Do not issue blanket pardons. Will that be your advice to the president?
Senator, I have not looked at any of those files. If confirmed, I will look at the files
And
for
will
the
you be able to
pardons, as well
will
as
you
the
be able to
ongoing
review
investigation.
hundreds of cases on day one?
I will look at every file I am
Of
asked
course you
to
won't.
look
So
at.
will you advise the
Hey,
president?
can I
will
answer
you-
the question?
Well, my question
I
is,
would have plenty of staff. You said, of course you want.
you'll be able to review
Listen, I'm
hundreds
not
of
going to
cases on the first day?
mislead this body nor you.
All right, let me ask another question. You don't want to answer that. Let me answer
You were
another question.
censured by
It will
Congress,
also-
Senator, for
it will
comments just
also-
like this that
it
are
will
so
also-
reckless.
It will also be important for you to be able to preserve the records, the evidence of the department. Are you ready to commit that none of the evidence in the January 6th investigation will be destroyed under your watch?
Senator, I will follow the law. I will consult with ethical officials in the
Do you
department.
see any ethical basis to destroy evidence in the January 6th investigation?
And there you have it, y'all. She sliced him up. She diced him up. She embarrassed him on national television in the way that she should have. Now, you got this little blonde lady from Florida who is an attack dog in the courtroom, who is taking the reins of the Department of Justice. By the way, y'all, Merrick Garland, the current Attorney General in the Biden administration, owes the United States of America, owes us as tax-paying, law-abiding citizens, he owes us 4 months in federal prison. Why? Because he was found in contempt of Congress. Well, so was Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon was sentenced to 4 months in federal prison. He did his time 10 toes down. So was Peter Navarro. These are two folks affiliated with the Trump administration in his first term. Peter Navarro found guilty of contempt of Congress, did 4 months in federal prison in his 70s. 10 toes down. Donald Trump bringing him back for a second time, bro. Let's do it all again. Well, if that's the case for them, see, we just want parity, y'all. We just want fairness in the way that justice is administered in this country. If you're going to give them two old dudes 4 months in prison, well, you should give 4 months to the other side, should you not? That includes not only Merrick Garland, but let's go back and get Eric Holder, who himself was found as Attorney General, found to be in contempt of Congress, but never charged by these Democrat DOJs. They seem to only want to charge folks on the right. Well, it's a new age, y'all. It's a new day. As of Monday, we ain't quite there yet, y'all. Stay prayerful. But as of Monday, we got a new administration that is going to take the reins of power in this country. And I just believe that this new administration ain't going to be like the old administration. Somebody wrote a song that said, the second time around is so much better than the first time. I think that's what it's going to be for America, but I need to see some fairness and some parity. I need Merrick Garland to give us 4 months in federal prison. I need Eric Holder. He owe us 4 months. If the right can go and do their time, then the left can go and do theirs. Is that not fair? Because we see so much unfairness in politics where we see someone like Adam Pencilneck Schiff, who lied to the American people and pushed that Russia hoax for years. Said he saw the evidence himself and was going to present it to the American public. Bro, we still waiting. It's 2025, Donald Trump about to take office again, and we still waiting. Hope they investigate you. I hope they prosecute you. Because you are everything that a freedom-loving country does not stand for. How about that? Y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments. Because whether it's Pam Bondi or Pete Hegseth, any of these nominees that Trump is putting forward, did anybody see Mr. Basint in his hearing? Oh, that was funny, y'all. He had to drag him in a whole different way. See, they tried to come at him and say, well, how come you didn't serve? How come you weren't part of the military? You out here wanting positions in government and whatnot. We don't ever see any record of you in public service. That man said, look, I wanted to serve when I was 17, but I was a gay man and I wasn't willing to hide it from y'all in order to serve at that time. Democrats was like, clutch the pearls. He was like, yeah, deal with that. And y'all, I ain't out here caping for them Jays. But if y'all remember Rick Grenell from the first administration of Donald Trump, he ain't scared to put people in power, in position, no matter what their sexual proclivity is, because you and I know. Y'all, we go to work and we work with these people. We don't know what their proclivities are. We have our suspicions. We have our assumptions. But you don't need to lead with that. You don't need to put that out there for everybody to know. Now, you ain't got to make it policy like don't ask, don't tell, but please don't ask, don't tell. Donald Trump ain't scared of them folks on that side. He ain't scared of them folks that's batting for the other team. He wants the best people in position. That might be a little blonde-haired woman from Florida. Never know how it's going to take shape. But we stay prayerful, we stay hopeful, and we believe in this new administration that they're going to do the right thing to make this country as great as it could possibly be. Yeah, we crazy enough to believe. We are Americans. How about that? A novel idea, is it not? Y'all let me know what you think about this. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.